So you've only been in the role 6 months. Why are you looking to leave? That one question has made thousands of job seekers panic, freeze, or overshare. Look, you landed a new role, maybe 3 months ago, maybe 6, and you're already thinking, I need to get out. Or maybe you've already jumped ship and you're nervous that interviewers are going to ask what happened. So today I'll show you exactly what to say about short tenures without sounding flaky or difficult, because I know so many of you are dealing with this right now. Now, sometimes a job just isn't what you expected. Maybe the culture doesn't align, maybe the role changed after you joined, or maybe you were promised one thing and got another, or maybe your manager turned out to be, let's just say, not your ideal leadership style. Whatever the reason, you're not alone, and what matters is how you frame it, because when an interviewer asks why you're leaving so soon, or why you left so soon, they're not just being nosy. They're looking for red flags. Are you overly impulsive? Are you hard to work with? And most importantly, are you going to leave them in 6 months too? So let's make sure your answer gives them no reason to doubt you, because if you've seen this video of mine, you'll know that hiring isn't always fair. And if you seem like a risky choice, your chances of landing the job are next to zero, even if you're the best qualified. Now, first, what not to do. So don't blame, don't vent, and don't say your boss is toxic, even if they are. Yes, you heard that right. Even if your boss is a micromanaging psychopath who ignores your ideas, replies to every email in red font, or chases you for updates on the weekend, none of that matters. Well, at least not to a prospective employer. Negative talk about your current or previous employer reflects back on you. Even if you mean well, it can come off as emotionally immature or difficult. Now, same goes for things like, the team is a mess. They lied about the role. I just hate it here. Now, before we jump into what to say instead, let's quickly talk about why I'm advising you not to speak negatively. Because this isn't just about being polite, it's psychology. And when someone hears you talk badly about your boss, your company, or even your team, even if you're totally right, their brain does something interesting. They start imagining you doing the same thing about them one day. It triggers something called emotional projection. Now, the interviewer puts themselves in your boss's shoes and thinks, would they say this about me too if things got tough? Now, they might not even realize they're doing it, but that tiny moment of doubt, it can be enough to cost you the job. Now, another thing, when people sense resentment or frustration in your tone, they'll question whether you're emotionally ready to take on a new role, even if you're completely qualified. So the goal isn't to pretend everything's perfect. The goal is to show maturity, poise, and self-awareness. You want them thinking, okay, they've handled this challenge professionally and they're ready to move forward. That's why we don't go negative, even when we really, really want to. Now, here's what to say instead. So you keep it clean, calm, and future focused. So here's a sample answer that you can adapt. So my role at insert company name changed due to a new structure and it's no longer aligned with my long-term career goals. I spoke with the team and looked at internal options, but there wasn't a clear next step that fit. Then I came across this opportunity with insert new company, and it immediately stood out because I can use my strengths in and then insert 2 to 3 relevant skills. Okay, so let's break that down. You're explaining the shift in your current job. You're showing maturity, that you tried to make it work internally, and you're moving towards what excites you about the new opportunity. It positions you as someone who's thoughtful, not reactive, strategic, not flaky, and essentially that you're ready for what's next. But don't stop there. At the end of your answer, ask a question back. Now, it takes the pressure off and it redirects the spotlight back to the future. So after you've rattled off your explanation, whatever that might be, so long as it's not a scathing review of your boss, you can simply say something like, now, just out of interest, could you tell me how this role fits into the company's long-term plans? That one question shows you're thinking big picture. It says, I'm not just here to land a job, I want to grow with this company. So if you're sitting in a role thinking, this isn't working and I need to get out, don't panic. You're allowed to make changes. You're allowed to look for a better fit. Now just remember, in the interview, don't go negative, show that you've tried to make it work, focus on your future goals and finish strong with a smart question back. You've got this, and if you want help tailoring your own answer, drop a comment below or check the link in the description. My free community is a great space to discuss this with others facing the same situation. And hey, if this helped you, it'll help someone else. So like, subscribe and share it with a friend who's quietly updating their LinkedIn right now. See you in the next one.